Guten Abend, mein Herren und Damen. My name is Dr. Felix Dopplemeinder, and I will be your host for this episode of Rational versus Paranoid. The two things that we're going to discuss is the rational mind and the paranoid mind, and how these two minds meld together and work together to create a synthesis, a great new experience, and a balance in your life. Many people have asked me over the years, Doctor, as a therapist and a psychiatrist, what do you find is the most difficult thing for people to deal with? And I say, it is dealing with rational thought when it is being crept in upon by paranoia. I would like to cite 3 examples from my own life this very week that reminds me that the balance between the rational and the paranoid sometimes can be a little bit sketchy, yeah? I was driving down the road, coming to work 2 or 3 days ago, and I was passing by a little schoolyard where there was little kinders playing in the yard, yeah? And they looked fairly happy and everything was good and the weather was nice and you know how that sort of thing is. But I happened to notice there was one small boy up closer to the building, further away from the road, and he had this funny little orange suit on, a little shirt or something. And the rational mind said to myself, there might be something odd about that child. And the paranoid mind said, there's definitely something odd about that child. You see those stones on the ground by his feet? He plans to pick one of them up and throw it at your car. He plans to smash your windows and cause you to crash. And the rational mind myself said, that's not possible. That little boy is too far away. He has puny little arms and those stones are much too big. So the rational mind worked with the paranoid mind, came to a decision about the reality of the situation, and I proceeded to drive on with very little fear, only a little bit of fear that perhaps that boy was trying to harm me or injure me in some way. That's one example. Now let me give you another example. The following morning, as I was getting ready to go to work, I stopped by my favorite market, that's Fritz's Market, who actually is owned by my brother Fritz. You may have heard of him. It's a very nice market. He does lots of advertising, and you may have, come down and see. It's a very nice place, yeah. Anyway, this is not an advert for him. This is about me, okay. So I go into, he has a pharmacy there, a chemist. I go into the chemist to pick up my prescription for my ear medicine because I have a special medical situation in my right ear and I need to pick up my medication. Now the rational mind in me said to myself, he said, Doctor, just go in, put down your script card and get your medication and go on to work. And the paranoid mind said to me, there looks something very funny, very suspicious about that man waiting on me. I think perhaps he has put something in my medication. I think perhaps he's put cyanide in my medication and he is trying to poison me. You can just see the droppers, putting eardrops, and then suddenly you have a seizure. But then the rational mind said to me, why would a man who knows about chemistry, why would he use cyanide in ear medication, knowing full well the cyanide would work much more effectively in an oral medication, so he would perhaps poison my aspirin or something like that, you see? So once again, the rational mind worked to correct the thinking of the irrational or the paranoid mind and said, everything will be okay. Your ear medication is probably not poisoned. You probably will not die today from poisoned ear medication. So once again, I have a thesis and an antithesis, and we come to a synthesis where we find balance in harmony in our lives. Now the third example I would like to bring, and perhaps the most important, is a situation I am dealing with right this very moment. I'm in my office filming, making this videotape, and I can hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Now the rational mind says to myself, you locked the door hours ago. There's no one out there. They can't come in. You've heard no glass breaking. You've seen no signs of breaking and entering. You're being crazy. But the irrational mind, the paranoid mind, says to me, but someone is definitely out there, and they are trying to get to you. And not only that, but that very person is one of the viewers out there who's watching the video. And the rational mind says, how can that be possible? I haven't even posted the video yet. It cannot be that. And the irrational mind says, yeah, that could be true, but nevertheless, someone is definitely out there. And I'm beginning to think that the paranoid mind is beginning to win over because the footsteps are getting louder and louder. And I'm beginning to worry that you are in fact out there and we have to do something about this. So whatever you're up to, whatever is your game, you better come clean about it now because I have a gun and I'm not afraid to use it. So stick it right there. I'll blow you away. You understand what I'm saying to you right to your face? Paranoid? Schizophrenic? Are you paranoid? I'm not paranoid. I'm not crazy. Are you crazy? Are you rational? Are you irrational? The double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. He doesn't know which way to go because he is double-minded. That's not me. I'm not crazy. I'm not weird. I know what I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing? I don't know what I'm doing.